What tips could you give to really open up the conversations? There'll be lots going on this week. I'm loving my LinkedIn feed already with lots of stuff happening around mental health awareness. But like with anything, it's never just the week, it's all the time. So how do we open up that conversation so it becomes an underpinning part of our culture?
Yeah, and you're right. It's not just that 1 week, and it's not a tick box exercise. It's really getting under the skin of the culture that you want to create as an organization. And then, yeah, it's really difficult. I'm not going to sit here and say I've got all the answers. This is how you break down the taboo. Things that I've done in the past before I've suffered myself, is putting up a lot of sort of hashtags around the building, sort of having that visual presence that it's okay to not be okay. 1 in 4 people suffer, and that was the statistics back then, and having those visual things to start making it normal to see around the building, and backs of toilet doors, because we all sit there and read the backs of toilet doors, or behind the sinks when we're washing our hands. But I think the important thing is knowing that it's okay to share your own experiences. And I'm not saying you have to. You might not feel comfortable. You might not be in a place where you can, but maybe you open that space for somebody else to be able to share. Yeah. Because as you said, the lived experience is so much more powerful if it's a real human being. Like this instance now, if you maybe read a book or listened to a podcast, I do feel like that has slightly of a different impact. And often I've gone home and not felt well. The next day I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I went home early yesterday, I wasn't feeling well. And people are like, oh, what was the matter? I was like, mentally, I just was not in the space. I drove to Domino's, I bought a garlic pizza bread, I went and sat at home, ate that and my Pepsi Max. Dawn, you're laughing because I told you this earlier. And I sat there and cried. And then I worked through, okay, what triggered me, what caused me to feel like that. And for me, it was because I'd come into the day and I'd gone, right, I want to get this and this done. Like, I really need to get these off my pad. And then I was sideswiped with something else that came in. So that's what triggered me. What I think what's really important, just from a personal perspective as well, is the further you go down that road after the trigger, the further it is to come back. Yeah. So it's recognizing those signs early. So by me being so open with my team, and not just my team, anybody who works at NCH who's on this call knows that from day one when I walked in the door, I just talked about my mental health and my breakdown like it was just normal conversation. They can flag things up for me. They'll be like, everything all right? And I can go, oh, is everything all right? Oh, well, actually, oh, no, that's actually really bothered me. How do I now let that go? Because it's something I can't control. So it does fundamentally boil down to having those open conversations, but they can only happen if the culture is right.